Howdy folks, and welcome to the Bee's Knees. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a cute game with the Vz.55, the tier 10 Czech heavy. I wrote to the team at the start that we should push the bridge, right? And why do I recommend doing this? From either you spawn here or like on the other side, whoever pretty much pushes the bridge and takes this dip here, oh, I'm trying to do it, pretty much wins the side. Why? Because you're gonna push into really nice hold down positions. And as you push into those hold down positions, the enemy team won't have cover. Like think of this, you see this ridgeline here? Think there's enemies in front of you, we're gonna peek above them and shoot them. Super easy damage while you're maintaining a really nice cover, right? That's the one tactic I recommend on this map a lot, or should I say the most. I never really go to the city from this side because the city is a waste of time. First of all, you get spotted as you push on the 1-2 line and you potentially get shot on the side. And secondly, you know, the city is a slugfest. It's very slow passive. You're like pretty much out of the game. Yes, I take a shot from the Waffentrack. You're pretty much out of the game in the city. And let's say you do win the city, well, you haven't really like won anything, let's say tactically, right? You still gotta push through a lot of open field to get to the enemy base, and you can't cap because there's no cover. So the 9-0 line is the perfect route to attack. Of course there's exceptions. If I was, I don't know, maybe in a super slow tank like a mouse, maybe I'd go in the city, maybe. But even then I think I'd stay like here. Or if I'd been in a tank destroyer, maybe I'd like stay and snipe here. But you know, most of the times I try to push the 9-0 line or just stay on this side, you know. Let's say I got a tank destroyer, I can sit in the back on the rails and snipe. It's just better, I believe. I think the first blind shot actually went in. Yeah, it's better because even, you know, if you lose the city, it's absolutely no problem. You can defend the base easily from both sides. As you can see, the cap is in the open, there's no cover. So you can defend both bases from the rails. Super easy tactic. Very easy to like learn. You can see that we pushed down here and nobody's like pushing us back. Everybody's afraid because if you push like one by one you die. So we got nice hold down positions. We can smack the enemy team. Of course, it's still a bit harder in our position because there's a conqueror there. But you get the point, right? Apparently they got the yellow EBR in the back there. Let me see if I can get a shot. Potentially, I think it went in. Speaking of equipment on this tank, I am using vertical stabs, optics, and vents. That's for city maps. The blind shot actually went in. And when I get well, I think I said it wrong. For open maps, I use vertical stabs, optics, and vents. And when I get city maps, I use vertical stabs, hardening, and vents. Of course, you know, like I always recommend having that extra bit of HP just in case it's a city map. Well, the first shot went in, not exactly sure about the second. And you're probably going to notice that I have a full APCR loadout in this tank. Yes, I've been criticized before. Why you shoot so much gold ammo? Blah 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 blah. It's for the simple fact that AP has 980 velocity. It's a very slow shell. Very slow shell. That was kind of my bad there. I could have stopped and aimed more. And I only decided to like push it and help the 260 here because he was about to die. It was a stupid tactic to begin with. He shouldn't have like YOLO'd in because they always have tanks in the back that snipe us, so he shouldn't have pushed in. But because I felt obliged to help him, he was gonna die otherwise, I went in and I lost most of my HP, so don't recommend this tactic, right? If you're gonna push in here, make sure that there's nobody spotting you, and make sure you pop a couple of blind shots in the bushes before you go, because otherwise you're gonna lose a lot of HP. But I wanted to help him. It cost me most of my HP. Anyways, going back to the gold ammo. Yes, I've been criticized a lot. Why do you shoot so much gold ammo these tanks? The AP ammo has very low velocity, which means when you shoot, the shell is gonna take an arc trajectory. Right, it's not gonna go straight, it's gonna go either up, it's gonna go down, maybe left, right, whatever. Well, usually up and down, I guess, right, because of the low velocity. And that is just no bueno, right? If you use APCR, for example, you got 1,500. Maybe not 500, but like 1,000 more velocity. 1,200 more velocity. 1,120 more velocity. I don't know what's wrong with me. And yeah, it helps, you know. Every bit helps. Like the shells become more accurate, and let's not even get into the fact that this tank has 260 penetration. It's not too bad, but as I keep saying, RNG can screw you over big time. So I'd rather not take the chance. Anyways, if you were paying attention, I'm actually waiting for the 1-to-1 here to spot me the SU-130 in the guard. Because as our 260 friend demonstrated, you cannot just push in blindly, because you'll die, right? Every time you want to like spot this side, make sure there's no tanks left here, because they will delete you from the map, okay? That's why I'm taking it slow. I'm waiting for spots just to make sure I can peek up here and yeah, advance safely. Because if I hadn't waited, I would have just died like the 260. You definitely gotta be a bit more patient, yes. Forget about the fact, forget about, you know, your teammates saying, oh my god, stop camping, oh my god, you're playing so passive. Just use your brain for 2 seconds, you know. It's absolutely no problem to like take the game easy and think a little bit, instead of just like pressing W and YOLOing through it and dying, right? So yeah, I'm still waiting for spots from our 1-to-1. Hopefully they're gonna arrive, because I just can't afford, if both the guard and the SU-130 shoot me, I die. Plus, you know, they got a 30 there, an IS-3, and potentially the Leo PT-8 that I haven't seen in a while. So there's really no option for me to do anything, unless I would just go back and go around next to the water. The TVP is going in though, so I just decided to like, fuck it. He's going in, so if anything, he's gonna take the shots first. He's gonna take all the heat, so I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna try to go in and see if I can support him. Alrighty. All 30 dead. From this opening here we can have shots on the guard and the SU, but they're not spotted. Both tanks have a good camo, so it'd be hard for them to, would be hard for us to spot them. What I'm looking for is the IS-3. Yeah. I'm looking for the IS-3. See if I can get shots into him. I also could have like aimed at his upper plate. I think I could have been able to shoot it, but I decided to go for the top. Upper plate, you know, it's kinda trollish. Might go on the turret and bounce. But yeah, like climbing a little bit on the ridgeline here on the sidewalk. I got very nice shots like into this upper plate. But speaking of upper plates, like I said, it's trollish and it can bounce, so prove my point exactly. Just gotta take it easy. Unfortunately though, we're losing the base. If you take a look at the minimap, my camperoos somewhere there like held up until this point, but we're losing the map. And I need to like get back as soon as possible, but I do not want to let this IS-3 behind here. I don't want to leave any loose ends, right? Every time you need to go back to base and defend, you should try to make sure that your flank is clear, the flank you've been fighting on. Because you don't want to leave loose ends. If I just started going back to base now, maybe this IS-3 would have went out and shot me in the butt and I would have died, right? Or maybe if I would have went back to defend, you know, I would start fighting with the enemy tanks and then this IS-3 would come and kill me. So try not to leave any loose ends. It's for the best, right? Right now I'm just waiting a couple of seconds in case I'm still spotted, because I am still spotted. I don't want the SU-130 to shoot me. Always take precautions, right? Better safe than sorry. And I'm gonna start going back to base. Shouldn't be very hard to defend, because like I said, the caps are in the open, so it's quite easy money defending the caps from this side. You don't need to panic at all. TVP is going in though. I don't know why he's pushing so fast. That's kind of risky and he might die. This other Škoda is just waiting. Well, I'm feeling quite confident so far. The HP indicator tells us that they have a lot more HP, but that's not exactly correct, right? The HP indicator doesn't work unless you actually see the targets yourself, which is weird. The first shot unfortunately missed, the second one went in. Hopefully the Škoda can finish him. Yeah, that's a super weird thing. They added these HP indicators to like give you information how much health each team has. But then that they don't show like exactly, right? Unless you see the targets yourself, the HP doesn't update, so they're like useless. Makes you wonder, why did they add them in the first place? In case you forgot how much HP a tank had. Okay, maybe, I suppose. Okay. IS-4 should be pretty easy because I'm fairly sure I can outspot him big time. I see the Skoda's trying to YOLO in. For that reason, I decided I'm actually gonna push in aggressively. I didn't want to do this, but TVP didn't spot the IS-4. So the only thing I'm worried about is maybe SC-130 being like up here on the hill. So I decided to like just go straight through, because Skoda can potentially spot tanks any minute now. And whenever you see an enemy tank, whenever you see a friendly tank making a bold or maybe not so smart push, it's always good to stick around, because if he dies spotting the targets, at least you'll be able to like make use of his death, right? You're gonna be able to like shoot something, so like his death wasn't in vain, if that makes any sense to you, right? Every time I see somebody doing like a stupid move like that, I try to get close, you know, at least something will come out of it, right? If he's sacrificing his tank, maybe I can take a bit of HP from the enemy team. Yeah, I was about to say no sign of the SC-130, but he's actually been chilling in the bushes there. Of course our TVP shouldn't have YOLO'd like that, but he's been YOLOing hard. So all I gotta do is go in and kill the SU. I don't want to blind shoot because I got 2 shots. And I don't want to ruin this. Lovely. The first shot missed, right? A lot of shots missed this game, fully aimed, but yeah. It goes back to why do you shoot gold ammo? Well, if APCR is missing this much, think how badly it would be with AP. I mean, all you gotta do is try, right? Try AP and see how much you miss with it. If APCR is missing so much. Unfortunately, the Skoda was not patient and he just YOLO'd in without waiting for me and he died. But I'm still confident, you know. I can take a shot from the IS-4 and he's one shot for me, so all I gotta do is push in hard before he manages to like get some cover or start side scraping or whatever. And there it is, I caught him red-handed with nowhere to go. There you have it, folks. Again, a little bit of thought process put into your action. This particular fight wasn't so much about, you know, having key positions. You know, I said just go 909, it's easy on this map. It was more about taking safety measures whenever you're about to do anything, you know. Think twice before you peek so you don't lose HP. Just like a little bit of thought process into how you're gonna attack, engage enemies, to try to minimize the HP you lose, pretty much. Alrighty, going into the results. It wasn't a very impressive result. We ended up with a 2nd class and a Confederate medal. Like I said, this match wasn't necessarily for the impressive results or the super tactics. It's more of an exercise to... It's more of a mind exercise on how to attack safer, how to minimize the damage you take. Because staying alive until the end of the game means you can carry games. We managed to end up with 6,087 damage. Some of those blind shots went in on the EBR, and the Progetto, and the Waffenträger possibly. We got 4 kills and 1,056 base XP. We also managed to scrap up 1,339 assist damage. You know, I got some V-range, so that works lovely. And of course, in the end, not that the credits matter at tier 10, we went minus 42,000 credits. I did have, I think, a 25% booster on just so I can minimize the credits I lose. It's just the price to pay. I personally don't mind grinding credits, and if shooting APCR on my tanks or gold ammo makes my tank perform better, it's absolutely no shame. No matter if people call you gold noob or whatever, you're not a noob. Noob means not knowing what to use on your tanks, okay? Shooting gold ammo because you know it has better velocity and will make your accuracy better and to negate that RNG of min-max penetration, that's smart. So you're not a noob if you shoot gold ammo, just remember that. Alrighty folks, that's about it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this tank? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you use as much gold ammo as I do? Don't forget to like and subscribe the video and share it with your friends. And until next time, spam your gold ammo. Take care.